Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn and Develop. So in today's video we are going to talk about array list. Like in the last video, like we talked about the arrays and its limitation. So in today's lecture we'll be talking about array list. Okay, so basically first of all we will be talking that what is array list. So array list is basically it is a kind of a resizable array. Okay, so it can grow its size, it can shrink its size at the runtime. So basically it is a resizable array whose size is not fixed according to the needs or according to the requirement. It can grow its size or it can shrink its size. So I'll be telling you with the business problem, like what business problem does ArrayList solve. Okay, so first of all, like we'll be discussing some points about the ArrayList. So as you can see onto my screen, so ArrayList is basically a class in Java that implement a list interface. So it is basically a class that is implementing the list interface. Okay, and it is a dynamic resizable array, and it is a part of java.util package, and it stored element in contiguous memory similar to an array. Okay, and it automatically grows and shrinks as element are added or removed. So these all points whatever I have written, so we'll be talking about it in a little while. So let me give you one business example to understand the array list. So suppose you are building an employee management system. Okay, and your HR asks that they have hired two employees, and you want to store the details of those two employees. So earlier, in case of arrays, like what we were doing, we were creating a fixed size of array. Like we were creating a fixed size of array. Like we want to store only two employees, so we'll be creating only two size of array. Okay, the size will be two, and we were storing the data inside that array. But later on, suppose the requirement got changed, and later your HR says that we had hired another 20 employees. So what you were doing, like you were creating one new array again. You are copying the old array into the new array, and you are then assigning, or you are then storing all the 20 elements in that array. So actually that was not a very good idea to use array. So in order to solve that problem, now we are using ArrayList. So what ArrayList does, like if for now, like suppose you are storing only two employees details, so it is fine. It can store the two employee details, and in future, suppose the requirement got changed, and suppose 20 employee came, or 100 employee came, or 150 employee came, like this many employee got hired. So ArrayList can easily grow its size. So according to needs, it can easily grow its size. So no need to create a different ArrayList or a new ArrayList. In that same ArrayList, you can grow. Okay. So I can give you one more example about this, so that it will be more clear to you. So take a scenario like a business scenario you can take, like you are building a hospital management system, and in that hospital management system, suppose there is a requirement, like on Monday, suppose 7 patient came, on Tuesday, suppose 10 patient came, on Wednesday 100 patient came, on Thursday like 7 patient came. So here also, like in this kind of scenario also, if you see, the size is not fixed, and you don't know like how many customer can come at a particular day. So here also, in this case also, we'll be going with array list. Okay, so yeah, now let us try to understand with the code. I'll be showing the implementation of the code. Okay, so let us try to understand with the code, and then in the code only we'll be talking about this all the steps whatever I have written here, like null elements or duplicate elements. All these things we'll be talking in the code only. Okay, so let us jump to our editor. So I'll be creating one new class. We'll be creating one class. Maybe I can create employee management. So guys, first of all, I will be giving you one basic example, okay? Then we'll be seeing one business problem also, how in a business problem we can use the array list. That example also I'll be showing you through the code. So first try to understand one basic example. So here I'll be creating my main method. So first of all, we will be defining our array list, okay? So we'll be using list of string names equal to new array list, okay? Now okay, we will import this from java.util. See there in the notepad also I mentioned that it is coming from java.util package. So here if you see the import also, it comes from java.util package, okay? So now I will be talking about this whole line, what this whole line is telling, okay? So here I have taken list, okay? So list, what is list? So basically list is an interface which is used by your array list, okay? Array list basically uh, array list basically implement this list interface, okay? So what is list? List is basically an interface. So when I say interface, so interface is basically it is a contract or it is a blueprint. So so it will be basically, it will be telling you what to do, okay? It will be not telling you how we can do, it will be telling you what to do. So that is basically what I mean by contract, okay? So if I give you a real-time example, so suppose you are in a software development team, okay? And uh, there is a developer and there is an architect. So what is the work of architect? Architect will be preparing the design, okay? He will be preparing the design, he will be preparing the data contract, and he will be telling the developer like what we have to do, okay? But the actual implementation will be done by the developer. Whatever the design he will be giving to the developer, that will be implemented by the developer only. Architect will be only, he will be telling how to do or what to do, but the actual implementation will be done by the developer. So here's in the same way, list will be telling you like what methods we have or what are the methods I have, but the actual implementation of that method will be done by the array list, okay? So that is what list is telling here. And what about this angular bracket? And inside this we have this string variable. Basically it is a class. So this angular bracket is basically, we call this as a diamond operator, okay? Inside this we have a string. So basically it tells that it is a generic, it is basically a term called generic in Java. So it tells that only it can have a string type of data or a string type of fields. It cannot have another field like integer or float or long. Those things it can't have. So that is why uh, it particularly specify here that it is a type of a string. Then we have this name. This is kind of a variable which will be storing the reference of this new array list of new array list variable inside this name variable, okay? So new, now what is new? New is basically, it is a kind of a keyword. So whenever we are using new in our code, so it tells you that the object is created inside the heap memory, okay? It will be creating an object of array list inside a heap memory. Whenever we are using new, so the first thumb rule is that it will be creating an object inside a heap memory. So there are different types of memory in Java, like heap memory, stack memory, PC register, method area, all those things. So we'll be talking about those things in some other video. And then we have this array list. So this is basically an array list we have taken. So okay, so I hope you guys have been cleared by this explanation. So now let's try to see the code. Okay, so what I will be doing, I have taken one name variable, so I will be adding some names. Okay, so like I told you in a business problem, like your HR asks you to hire two employees, and you need to add detail of those two employees. So now this is the requirement, like you have to add the two names. So suppose I have added two names, John and what to say, you can add one more, Ram. So now let's try to print. Okay, so basically we have this add method inside our array list. Okay, so this add method, basically it is used to add the data in a list. Okay, so now if I print name, so let's see what it gives output. So if you see, we got John and we got Ram. Now suppose the your HR comes and says after 2 months that we are hiring some more employees, and we suppose we had two more employees and we want to store those data also. So now, as I told you in the beginning, the array list is basically what? It is a resizable array. Its size can grow at the runtime. So now you don't need to create any separate array list, or you don't need to copy the old array list in the new array list. Here simply just you can come here and you can add two more names, like name dot add. You can add like Sam. Then again you can add something like Tina. Okay, so let me try to print this output. Okay, so if you see now, again the two more employee got added. Okay, John, Ram, Sam and Tina. Okay, now this was the one basic example which I wanted to explain you. Now let us try to understand one business problem. Okay, how we will be going to solve this in terms of business problem. So what I will be doing, I will be creating one list of employee. Okay, one employee class also I will be creating. So just focus here, guys, this is very important. I will say how we are using this array list in terms of business. Okay, and whatever I will be teaching in this series, guys, that all will be, I'll be taking all business example. It will not be just basic theoretical or basic understanding. I will be teaching each and everything with one business problem. Okay, so that you can get more clarity on these topics. Okay, so I have created this one class. Okay, not one class, I have created this syntax. Now here if you see, it is giving me error, so I will be creating one class, employee class. Okay, okay, so I will create now one employee class. Here I will be taking some values, like I will taking string name. Okay, you can make it as private string name. Then we'll be taking private string, what to say, department. Okay, department. then I will be taking private. Here I can take one ID, okay, private int ID, okay. So now if you come here, I will be creating getter and setter for this source, generate getter and setter, okay. So it will be generating the getter and setter. So that is what the benefit of ID also. You don't need to manually write this code. So it makes our life very easy. Now we will be constructor will be creating constructor also. Okay. Now we can create two string also, because we don't want the address of the object, we want the complete values. So we'll be taking two string also, okay. Okay guys, so we created this, okay. Now coming back to our employee management class, here what we will be doing, we'll be adding, okay, we'll be adding employees now. So try to see what I'm doing. Employee dot add, I'll be adding new employee, okay. New employee. So as we created their constructor, so we'll be initializing the value directly here, because with constructor we can initialize the values also. Then name we have given, then what was the next value? Sorry, ID we have given, next is name, then department. So name I can take, suppose John, I can take John, and department suppose I took IT, okay. Then similarly I can take next employee also. Just try to focus guys on what I'm trying to do here. See, I first I have added this data, now second employee I will be taking, okay. I'll be adding that also. So second, suppose it is Sam, okay, and he is in HR department. Now take one more value, suppose I took one more data, 103. After John I can take what I can take after John, Ram, okay. I will take Ram, he is from your finance department, okay. Finance, okay. So now I have added this data, okay. So now like in business terms or in business problem, we'll be dealing with database, okay. I have just hard coded here the values because we don't have database. So when we'll be creating our project, so there I will be showing with how we will be dealing with the database, how we will fetching the your data, okay, from the database. Now I will be printing this, okay. So let's see what it is giving. So see, we got here employee, just ignore this one for now. So here we got like employee, okay, ID we got, name we got, department we got, then another employee 102, name Sam, department HR, okay. So we got this data, okay. Now what I want to do, this is suppose like whatever employee class you have created, suppose like it is kind of a table, okay. You have created one table in your database, just think like that in that perspective, okay, because I will be explaining you later when we will be doing the project, but now think like that it is a kind of a table. Okay, in that table we have this columns like ID column, we have name column, we have department column, we have. Okay, so this is a column, so this is holding some data. Okay, these values are holding some data, so it is holding your ID, name and department. Now what I want, the data which came from the DB, suppose that it is coming from the DB, this is coming from the DB 101 John IT. So the data which is coming from the DB, I want to play with that data. Suppose I want to send this data in my response. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will be creating one more class, response class. Okay, understand, focus guys here, because this is very important in your development projects. Okay, this concept is very important, whatever I'm telling you. I'll be creating one response class. Okay, and in response class what I will be doing, I will be creating those same same variables which I have created here. Okay, and I will be creating the same getter and setter. So we'll be generating here getter and setter. So what happened, so in real time scenario or in real business problem, so when the data is coming from the DB, so we have to take that data and we have to set in our response. Okay, in our response class or in our response object, we have to set that data, and then we have to show that in our API. That response we have to show in our API, or you can return back to UI. Okay, so how will be showing that, just see. Okay, what I will be doing, I will be using for loop. Okay, for loop I will be using, and I will be taking one employee, I will be taking this employee class, and I will be creating one object emp, and this object will be iterating over this emp list. I will take this as E. Okay, so I am using here enhanced for loop basically. So what I am doing here, what this loop is doing here, this is taking your emp list here. This is a basically this emp is a list which is holding this value, this three value it is holding. Okay, so this three value what we'll be doing, we'll be iterating one by one. So one by one means first the 101 will come in this this e variable, and we'll be printing that. Okay, so just not printing, we'll be setting in our response class. So just see what I'm trying to do. So I have created one response class also. So what I will be doing, just go here, take this response class and come to your employee management and create the object for this. Okay, basically it will be a list because we want to store it as a list. Okay, it will not be an object, because the object will be storing only one data at a time. What we want is it as a list. Just try to focus guys what I am doing here. Okay, so list I have taken, and after that we'll be creating one response object also. Okay, in the similar way we do the coding in our real-time project, whatever I'm doing right now. Just focus here. So I have created this object. Okay, so in this object first I have created this list, because list I have created because list will be storing all the data. but before storing all the data I want one by one data. So one by one data will be taken from this res okay, and then after one by one data be taken from this, then we'll be storing in the list. Okay, you just try to see here what I'm doing. Res dot, what I will be taking, get id. Okay, get id from where? From e dot get id. Okay, why error it is giving to move the argument res dot. Oh sorry, here I have to use set method, sorry, because I am setting set id equal to emp dot get, sorry here emp dot not emp e dot get id get name. Where is id? Yeah, this one is id. Okay, so here see, basically I am taking this value from this whatever this array list is giving. It is coming in this e variable. I am getting this from here, and I am just setting in my this res object, whatever object I have created. So similarly, same way I will be setting other values also. Set name. Okay, e dot get name. Okay, now res dot, just try to see guys, just try to focus what I am trying to do. I am just doing the actual logic, or I am creating the actual logic how we do in our projects. Similar way we are doing the code, like what I am showing you. We are iterating over the loop. Whenever we are fetching the data from the database, we are iterating over the loop, like how I am doing in this line number 23, and just we are taking those data from that list, and we are setting in our this response object. Now one by one I have set. So now what we'll be doing, we'll be adding here list dot add a response. Okay, simply here I'll be creating where I want to create this. Okay, it is telling. Okay, here I can also create. Okay, so now just try to print this. Okay, list. So see what the output is coming. Okay, just to string, I think so we have to do. Sorry, not here. To string. Why it is not giving the data? Let me try to create here two list. Source generate to string. Okay, now go to the class. I know guys, I think so this video is getting a little long, but believe me guys, you will get something. Okay. What I will be doing, I will be relax. I will be adding here So see guys, this response is coming now. Okay, so I will debug and show you, okay, what we were trying to do here. I think so you guys might have got what I have done here, but still let us debug and see. Okay, just debug as, okay, Java application. So what I did, I created this response object. Okay, so see, in this response object we have department, ID and name, whatever we created that time. Okay, so you can see those values are coming now as null. This you can ignore basically. Okay, here if you see, I have created this employee. Okay, list of employees. So you see one array list got created of empty array list. Okay, now we are just adding these values. So when we try to see this, we are getting this three list. Okay, first department, ID, name, and the second, then the third. Similarly, in the same way, when we are dealing with the database, okay, so in the same way, like how you are seeing the pattern here, employee, then when you open department, ID, name, in the same way, the same pattern, we are fetching the data from the DB also. So from the DB also, like from the repository layer, when you will be fetching the data, the same way you will be getting the department, you will be getting the ID, then you will be getting the name, like how we are getting here. Okay, now what you will be doing, now I created one employee object to iterate this data. Okay, so see here all the three data was coming, now one by one it will be coming. So now first data will come, ID 101, name, and this. Okay, now what we are doing, we are setting. Okay, we'll be setting in this response object. So if you see this 101 got updated, first it was 0. Okay, so we'll be setting this in the response. So see what happened here now. See, department got set, ID got set, name got set. So similarly, in the same way, in our project, we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be setting the response. Okay, and we'll be adding inside this list. So when we see it got added, so see one data got added, department, ID and name. Okay, and one more thing I want to explain you here, why I have done here new response is equal to new response, because if I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to use here new response, then what will happen, the value which is stored in the list here, ID 101 and John, it will get overridden by the next value. So in order to avoid that, we are using this new response here, s is equal to new response, so it will not override, it will, the data will get added in a list properly. Okay, so see here, now the second data will get added. Yeah, see, second data is getting added. That is why we have used here new response. So it will create one new object, and in that new object it will be adding that data, whatever department, ID or name we are adding. If we are not going to use this new here, then it will be overriding this. Okay, it will be overriding this. So I hope guys you have got this, whatever I have done or whatever I have coded. So yeah guys, so basically that's all in this video, and in the next video actually I will be talking about like how duplicate values are stored or how null elements are stored, because it is getting very long, this video is getting very long. So I will be talking about those things in the next video, and I will be talking about methods of the array list also. So those things basically we'll be talking about in the next video. So thank you guys.